Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about Harold and the Purple Crayon. So this was my favorite book as a kid. I don't really remember when I came across it. It must have been at a library because I don't remember owning a copy of it at home. But I do remember reading it a lot, and for some reason it just stuck with me. So I wanted to discuss why this book is important to me and what the lessons that children and students can take away from this book, and why parents and teachers should buy this book. So first, to give a little summary of what happens in the book, it centers around Harold, who you can see here on the cover, and he is a child who has a purple crayon that he takes everywhere with him. And the story centers around kind of his day and what he does in the day and how he uses his purple crayon to build a world for himself. So we can see here in the beginning where he is walking in nature and he needs something to walk on, so he uses his crayon to make a road. And then eventually he gets tired of the road and he leaves and cuts across a field, and he creates a tree and he adds some little apples to it. And yeah, so we just kind of follow his journey throughout the day. I just want to highlight this scene here, which I think has a really important lesson for kids. We can see here he's under his apple tree just having a good time, and then all of a sudden he decides to draw a dragon out of his crayon, and he doesn't realize how frightening it will be until, he's created it, and then he doesn't really know what to do, and so he gets frightened, and eventually he gets so scared that he accidentally creates an ocean and the water starts taking him. And I think this scene is really important in this book because it really shows how Harold is having a bad time, clearly, but he takes his crayon and he decides to build a boat, and he just quickly thinks, I have to build a boat and save myself. And I think that this scene really highlights resilience in children and being able to use your creativity to get yourself out of horrible situations, or just when you're feeling stuck, you can just use your creativity and build yourself a boat and run away from whatever's frightening you, or whatever it is that a child is dealing with. So I think this was a lesson that I really took away as a kid. It was something that really stuck with me, and my parents always taught me to work hard and, to take care of myself and stand up for myself and use my skills to take on the world. And then moving ahead further into the story, we see a scene where Harold is making a mountain using his crayon, and he decides that he wants to keep going and see how far he can get, and then he eventually gets to the top and falls down. And then we see that he saves himself by creating a balloon, a hot air balloon. And I think this scene is also not only another example of resilience and creativity, it really shows that Harold is willing to take risks. He builds this mountain, he keeps going, he keeps chasing this dream of wanting to be at the top of a mountain, and then even when he falls down, he creates something new out of it. He creates a hot air balloon and has a new experience, and he just kind of goes with it. I think that's a really important lesson for kids in this book. It's not really explicit, but I think that it still is something that kind of gets taken in by the child. Continuing on to the end of the book, there's a scene where Harold he speaks to a policeman, and he asks the policeman which way he should go. And it says the policeman pointed the way Harold was going anyway, but Harold thanked him. I just thought it was really funny because just randomly in the story there's a policeman and he's of no use at all. I don't think this was on purpose, but it really made me think about police and their role in society, and how even in this children's book this policeman is useless and didn't help Harold at all. Yeah, it's a very short story, and it's very easy to read. It's very quick. I think that it's perfect for reading like before bed, or just a quick reread at any point. It's really a very accessible book for parents and for kids. Overall, this book is perfect for kids who are just starting out with reading and parents who want to introduce their kids to books. It was a very memorable book for me, and when I brought it up to a bunch of my friends here in London and then also back home in Canada, a lot of them had forgotten that this book even exists. And it was really exciting to see their reactions, because you could see in their face that they could remember the imagery of this book and what they took from it, but they had somehow completely forgotten that it even existed. But it was still part of their childhood, and it was just really funny to see, and really exciting to see the recognition in people's eyes. So yeah, I hope this book is enjoyable. I'll link the link below for indie bookshops where you can buy them. Reminder to buy local. Try not to support Amazon. They don't really treat their workers very well. So I'll put a link down below for you to look for your local bookstore. And final reminder to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment below about whether you've read this book and whether it brought back some memories. And if you're looking to buy this book, let me know. Or if you have further recommendations on other books that I should review, let me know as well. Thanks for watching.